We are back on Black Ops 7 and I'm happy to say we have made a ton of progress on the new event. If you guys didn't see the last video, we are grinding away at this illicit cargo event, which has all of these Black Ops 3 camos as well as 4 separate mastery camos for the game mode. And once you get all of those mastery camos, you actually unlock Cherry Fizz. Now if we come in here, you can see that we have 3 of the 4 modes done. I know in my last video I mentioned that I was going to do a video per game mode. That just didn't wind up happening. The Warzone one I was not going to do solo, so I wound up doing that with my friend Trevor. And the endgame ones I actually just found myself being able to complete them relatively fast, so I wasn't able to actually show any gameplay of that. But I did wind up saving one zombies challenge today because I think that this one could be kind of fun, and I want to show you guys a little bit of a workaround that I actually have planned for this challenge. The challenge being get 300 eliminations with a sniper while having cryo freeze or napalm burst ammo mod attached. I don't think it has to be kills with those two. I think it just has to be on the gun, which saves me a lot of time. And of course, once we do that, we'll actually be able to unlock this overgrowth camo as well. One thing to note, since I have been grinding away at this event, I was able to unlock the VX Compact. I thought that this was the Vesper, but I believe it's supposed to be similar to the Razorback from Black Ops 3. Either way, it was a Black Ops 3 weapon that I thought was a submachine gun, but apparently in this game it's an assault rifle. I don't really know how that works. From what I can tell, it does operate more like an SMG and not an AR, so I guess I was kind of right. I don't really know. But either way, we did unlock that because we wound up completing 9 of the camo event challenges. It doesn't have to be any of them in a specific game mode. It could be 3 in one game mode, 6 in another one, or however we want to break that up. But we did unlock that, so we'll be able to show that off in another video. But today we're going to be focused on getting this sniper elimination challenge in zombies. Alongside of going for that challenge, I did want to talk about some of the other challenges that I thought were a little bit annoying or a little bit harder to get in the different game modes. One of them being this rare or higher rarity assault rifle kill challenge over in endgame. In multiplayer, is getting this 50 kills with the assault rifle using tacticals or non-lethal streaks. But yeah, with that out of the way, I'm going to grind away these 300 kills with the sniper rifle over in zombies and then kind of talk about some of those challenges that I mentioned there. Before we do that though, this is the loadout here for zombies. I wound up throwing the underbarrel shotgun attachment over on this just because I think it's going to be the easiest way to get sniper kills with this. Now, of course, I did put this on the Shadow SK to begin with because I think that this is the best sniper rifle in zombies. It's not bolt action. It probably doesn't deal the highest damage, but I think having the semi-automatic, especially since I'm going to be doing survival farm, I think this is probably the best way to go. So without further ado, I think we're going to run up some survival on Van Doren farm. I feel like I do this every single time there's a zombie challenge or something on my channel, but it's just the easiest way to do challenges, and I think for this one specifically, getting 300 kills with a sniper, it's probably going to be the easiest. I promise at some point here soon I will play the other zombie maps and dive into some of the Easter eggs and stuff like that, but getting these basic challenges out of the way, this is just the easiest way for me to do it. Alright, so I feel like since this has the shotgun attachment and the semi-automatic sniper attachment, it should be relatively easy to do damage without, you know, taking the risk of going down, especially in like a smaller map. The rate of fire on this thing is absolutely horrid, but I wonder how much... Okay, so you get 12 and then 36 for the shotgun. That's not bad at all. Now granted, it's round 1, so I don't even want to try to use the shotgun to figure out if it's like actually good or not. I have not tested this, by the way. This is my first time using the shotgun, and I think the Shadow SK and zombies as a whole. Actually, I just completely lied about that. I'm almost positive I got this thing gold with the zombie camos when I was going for that. But it's been a long time, is what I'm saying. I have not used this gun in a long time, and I definitely have never used this attachment, so this might not be the wave. I might absolutely embarrass myself here, but we'll have to see. But yeah, earlier I mentioned it that some of the camo challenges were a little bit difficult throughout this event. Some in multiplayer, some in endgame, as well as some in zombies as well. For the most part, Warzone wasn't too difficult for me. Like I said, I kind of just played with my friend Trevor, and we wound up doing like maybe 3 to 5 games, and we got most of, if not every single weapon challenge there. So that one wasn't too bad, especially because you can pick up a lot of weapons or just call in your own loadout to do a weapon that you set the game before. In terms of multiplayer though, I guess that's the first one that I can talk about. The hardest one that I've seen throughout Twitter, and the one that I struggled with the most just because it was kind of aggravating and annoying to get off rip, was the non-lethal / tactical kills with the ARs. I believe there was about 50 of those, and all that really meant was getting a UAV or a counter UAV or using your tacticals to affect an enemy and then wind up getting the kill. Not only was it kind of difficult to get the UAVs and counter UAVs just playing normally because I wasn't trying the hardest, but actually being able to activate them and get a good amount of kills while they were active perspective was something that I found super difficult, and it seems like Twitter shared a similar sentiment. Every time I felt like I was getting like 10 or 12 kills while the UAV was popped, I found out that I only had like 4 kills, so I found that to be very annoying, and it was a little bit tedious. At the end of the day though, it still only took me like 3 games. Like, I'm kind of overdoing it, but I thought it was going to be something I could get in like 2 games, maybe even 1 game if I had a great game on Nuketown. My friend Trevor actually recommended that I went ahead and used the Scout Pulse, and I just didn't even think about Scout Pulse being an option for that, but the Scout Pulse made it fly by super fast. I think I was close to having like 25 kills or 23 kills maybe, and I wound up running Scout Pulse UAV and the counter UAV, and it got me through that challenge super fast. So if you're still struggling on it, definitely throw on the Scout Pulse and probably just play Nuketown. It's probably the easiest way to go ahead and get a few kills. I also recommend running the overclock that makes them take less score to unlock. And I think between all of that, you should be able to get it in a couple of games. Like I said, I know people on Twitter were saying it was super annoying, and I myself initially thought it was kind of rough. But once I realized that you can go ahead and get Scout Pulse, I feel like it flew by after that. So it took me probably about 5 games. And if you guys are still stuck on it, hopefully that helps out. Another challenge that I thought was kind of difficult in multiplayer was the heavy melee hits, because I didn't realize that there was a heavy option for the melee weapons in Black Ops 7. There's actually a custom animation that you can get when you hold the left trigger and then release it to hit someone with a melee attack. There's a custom animation for it, which I had no idea. Looking back at it now, I believe that was something that might have been in Black Ops 6 and maybe even earlier Call of Duties, but I couldn't remember it for the life of me, and I definitely never did it in Black Ops 7. So if you are struggling with that one or you can't quite figure it out, I'm sure you've looked it up by now, but all you have to do is hold LT, maybe sit in a corner or something, wait for someone to run in front of you, and then you got them. The only other difficult one that I could see is maybe the endgame one for the AR challenges, because you had to get a rare or higher rarity assault rifle and I believe get 300 kills. I did want to initially record a video on that because I don't think I've posted anything about endgame on my channel, despite actually enjoying the mode a fair bit. But what I essentially wound up doing is while I was going for the SMG kills in Zone 3, I was actually lucky enough to do one of the challenges over there, and I actually got a rare assault rifle drop. Now, that's not the only way you could go ahead and do that. I know there's upgrade stations throughout the map, but again, similar to getting the drop, you also have to do those challenges around the maps that unlock that weapon crate or that weapon chest, whatever spawns in at the end. And it's a little bit of chance. You could get a score streak, you could get tacticals, you could get upgrades, but you could also get weapons as well. Now, the workshop bench, I believe you can actually find on the map, and those will let you upgrade the rarity 100%, but you might have to do like 2 or 3 of them if you're starting with like a default loadout assault rifle. Again, I got pretty lucky and I wound up getting mine as a drop from, I believe it was one of those HVT targets, but there's multiple ways to go about doing it. That was probably the only one that I found pretty difficult. But yeah, other than that, I really don't think that the camos were too difficult throughout this whole thing. They were really enjoyable. Like I said, there were some parts that were a little bit tedious, but there was nothing you could do against that. Like, I think Endgame had some tedious ones, and like I said, the multiplayer one for the UAV AR challenge, that was a little bit tedious, but other than that, it was super fun. I always like these events that get me into playing the other game modes, because I feel like I don't give them enough love. I was just talking earlier about how I don't play zombies enough, and this got me, you know, back into playing some Vandor Farm. I even played the roguelike to get some random weapons to go ahead and do challenges. So overall, it has been a great camo event. And even though it's bittersweet and we don't have too many more Black Ops 3 camos to unlock, after this game, we should have Cherry Fizz, which is just, you know, the cherry on top for the camo challenges. So I'm really excited to see that. But before we go ahead and do that, I have to get enough salvage here. So hopefully after this TED task, we can unlock enough salvage, and then we can go ahead and probably buy Cryo Freeze, I think, and we should be able to speed on through the 300 kills from there. What's nice, at least, and we saw it a little bit before on that special round, this shotgun actually does a pretty decent chunk of damage. I thought it was going to be really bad, but it seems like it's better than the regular shotguns in this game. So I'll take it, man. I'm all for it. Alright, that completes the TED task, so I imagine this should give us enough salvage in order to go ahead and buy that. And there we go, we have 800 salvage, which is perfect. So let's go ahead and get Cryo Freeze, and we should fly on through once we get that. Alrighty, so I think from now on, I'm just going to use this shotgun because it seems like it is doing quite the work, and also it's a lot faster of a fire rate than trying to use a sniper. So I think I'm going to stick here with the shotgun. I don't remember exactly how you could unlock this underbarrel shotgun. I want to say it was from a weekly event, which I've always stayed updated on getting all of the weekly attachments and camos and all that. I don't know if there's like an armory option if you happen to miss it, but I just remember that it was an underbarrel attachment on the sniper, so I figured I'd throw it on, and so far so good. Yeah, if we pause and come over here, we have 16 out of 300. So I'm going to be sitting here grinding grinding for a little bit to go ahead and get this, but I'll catch you guys when we're at the last final moments or the last final zombie kills to go ahead and unlock this camo, and then after that, hopefully we can show off Cherry Fizz. Alrighty, so we're down to like the last 50 kills with this thing, and I gotta be honest, dude, the shotgun underbarrel is absolutely insane. I'm like one-shotting 3 zombies at a time. It is absolutely crazy how good this thing is. I don't know if there's some crazy damage fall off later in the rounds, but it's only taken me about 3 rounds. Technically 4 rounds. I've done a few TED tasks in between, and we're almost there. So we got 50 left. We should be able to do it on this round. I started a TED task. I'm technically supposed to be getting combat axe kills. I'm not getting combat axe kills. And another thing I forgot to mention earlier was that there was actually a reveal for the new zombies map. I believe it's coming out with Season 4 Reloaded, which I thought happened already, but maybe it didn't. Truthfully, I can't remember. But either way, the map looks super cool. It's a lava-themed map. It's on a volcano. I believe it's talking more about Takio's story in this one. There's also a great memorial to Tom Kane in the beginning, which, if you guys don't know, was the original voice actor for Takio. So just a great map. It looks fantastic. Oh my gosh, and there it is. I completely forgot we were so close. We got the Cherry Fizz camo and Overgrown, as well as the last Nuketown camo. So I guess there's no real reason to stay in here. We can just hit a quick leave match there, and let's go check this out. All right, so if we come over here to the events, there it is. We got Overgrowth from the Zombies Mastery camo, as well as the secret Cherry Fizz camo, which really wasn't too much of a secret, but oh man, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what this looks like. I was using the MXR earlier to get it to level 250 to actually unlock that camo that you guys were seeing in the zombies gameplay. I don't know which one I want to use next. I might try to get weaponized 115 on the shotgun, but for now, let's just go ahead and throw it on the AK. There it is, dude. Cherry Fizz camo on the AK. It is so clean. I actually can't get over how good this camo looks. Now, I'm sure it does actually glow too, so let's go ahead and take it into firing range and see if it does. Let's go into the corner here. I don't know if it necessarily glows or if it kind of just stays the same throughout all the lighting, but dude, it looks so good. I'm in love with this camo. Even though my really bad settings, this looks phenomenal, so I imagine if I was sitting here with cracked graphic settings, it would look fantastic, but as it stands now, dude, it looks amazing. This was just a great event overall. Like I said at the start of this, I loved Black Ops 3 Zombies as well as Black Ops 3 multiplayer. Even the campaign that wasn't the greatest, I did find some enjoyment in, so being able to see these camos relived in the newest Call of Duty was an absolutely amazing feeling. And yeah, overall, the event really wasn't too bad. Like I said, there was a few challenging things in there that were more tedious than they were challenging. But other than that, it was super fun to go ahead and play some of these modes. And it looks like we were rewarded with probably what is my favorite camo in the game, if not my second favorite camo in the game. Some level 250 camos are kind of up there right now, especially the zombie themes ones. But this is definitely in my top 5 for camos in the game so far. Cherry Fizz looks so good. But yeah, other than that, that was just a quick little recap of both the camo event as well as unlocking Cherry Fizz. And we talked a little bit about the new zombies map coming up. I'll probably make a couple videos on that when it actually comes out, since I'm kind of getting towards the tail end of some of these more tedious zombie grinds that I've just been doing in the survival mode. I've also got quite a few games that I'm streaming currently as well as in the future, so that's kind of taken up a little bit of the schedule, but I promise to play a little bit more Black Ops 7 Zombies here, especially with the new maps coming out, as well as going back and playing some of the old maps and doing those Easter eggs. Yeah, overall, just a super fun event. I was happy we were able to do it in a pretty quick time. I think it only took me about 5 days in the event, but in actuality, it was only about 2 days of going ahead and grinding out the camos throughout the game mode, so it really wasn't too bad. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for all the support across all the videos and the streams. We've had a ton of people over on Twitch and YouTube tuning into a bunch of variety games, so I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.